Hi, I'm Nils, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a portable and fully height adjustable TV stand.
The TV stand in this project is made up of three parts. On the left you see the upper arm for the TV, then we have the lower arm, which the upper arm fits in, and a base. In the description I've included a link to a PDF that has the entire cut list and the plans for everything you'll see in this video. All you're going to need as far as lumber are 4 2x4s. We're going to use about 3.5 of them. First we're going to work our way through that cut list. So get your measurements, make each cut, check through that cut list and make sure you've got everything you need. You're just going to end up with a pile of different lengths of 2x4, and that's really all we're going to need to get started as far as the lumber for this project. Once you've got all your lumber cut, go ahead and take some sandpaper and knock down all the edges so you don't have any splinters, and then we're ready to glue and assemble all the pieces together. We're going to start with the upper arm. Now before you do this part, I would recommend that you sand the insides of all of the wood. Use some wood glue to hold everything together, and then I'm using 3-inch screws to assemble everything. I'm using usually about 2 screws, sometimes 3 or 4 on each side of each piece. When we're done with our upper arm, it's time to move to the lower arm. We're going to assemble our 5 pieces together, but we're going to do something different here. I'm going to drill with a 1/2-inch drill bit a couple of holes about halfway through our outside 2 pieces. This is so that I can countersink my 3-inch screws and have them penetrate all the way through 3 blocks of wood. We're going to go ahead and get these assembled, clamped, and screwed together just like we did with the upper arm. With that lower arm mostly assembled, we're ready to go ahead and put our 7.5-inch pieces. These are just supports that we're going to put, and if you think about the way the arm sits, these will be toward the top. Now I'm clamping this down, but I'm not tightening very hard. I want to make sure that there's enough room for those 2x4s to slide between, and I'm going to insert the 7.5-inch piece on both sides. With our arms fully assembled, it's time to trim, sand, and adjust. I'm running the upper arm through a joiner just to remove a little bit of the bulk of the wood to make it easier to slide down into the lower arm. After that I'm going to sand it down, make sure all of my edges are sanded really smooth so that this thing slides in and out, up and down, just the way it should. Now with our arms sanded, I'm ready to move on to the base. I'm going to mark on the sides of the base where I want the connectors to attach. Once I've got that, I'll lay it out with some clamps, drive all the screws, and make sure everything's nice and tight. Next we're going to take a look at centering the arm. We're going to mark the center on our back plate as well as the center of the arm itself, and then I'm going to do a dry fit to make sure it fits okay. Just like before, we're going to use some wood glue on here. We're going to center that and then insert the lower arm all the way into the base. Once that's in there, we'll use our 3-inch screws to fasten it. Now because I designed this project myself, I've tried a couple of different things. What you're seeing here is a plate that I put on. I'd recommend not doing this plate, but just doing the cross beams of the 7.5-inch pieces that you see in the plans. Once you have those arms assembled, test fit them, make sure everything slides up and down the way it should, and we'll move on to the height adjusters on the upper arm and the lower arm. I'm going to place marks every 4 inches throughout the length of the arms, starting with the lower arm, and then I'm going to use my drill to drill through. I'm using a 7/16 inch drill bit here because I'm using 3/8 inch bolts that are going to pass through. Now, if you have a drill press, definitely use it. This was kind of the rough way to do it. Once you've got the outside piece for the lower arm done, we're going to slide in the inner arm, or the upper arm, and drill through just the bottom 2 holes like you see me doing here. Do that on both sides, and then make sure that each hole lines up by sliding it down, putting a drill bit or some sort of placeholder in there, and drilling that upper hole. That way you're going to guarantee a good fit for when you need to move this piece up and down. Just follow that all the way down the track, and that'll be ready to go. The next step in the process is attaching the wheels. Make sure you pre-drill the holes for these, and these casters should go on pretty simply. Check it out, our stand is now mobile. Now I like how everything's looking so far, but I notice those front feet are pretty square, so I'm going to use just a can of finish as a template, a jigsaw, and a sander to smooth that off so we have nice rounded front feet. Now because I wanted to make my TV go in any direction I wanted, up and down, left and right, I went with the FlexiMount's A07 TV bracket. This thing is easy to install, comes with all the mounting hardware I need, and within just a few minutes I had it ready to go for my TV stand. Now we just need to lock our arms together. I'm using these 8-inch long, 3/8 inch bolts, washers, and wing nuts to put the whole thing together. Again, we've just got 2 of them, one down below and one up top. we fasten them together, making sure you put a washer on both the head and on the wing nut end of both of the bolts. And this thing is ready to go. With that flexi mount arm, I can move this thing up and down, side to side, any direction I need to, and I think we are all done with this TV stand. Now you can use this for all kinds of purposes. I'm actually going to be using it mostly for a giant field monitor for my videos where I'm recording myself. It's awesome for using in different areas around the house. You can use this for businesses, and it wouldn't take much to spruce it up with a couple of coats of paint to make it look a little bit more presentable.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I want to cover 3 really quick things with you. First, if there's any products that you saw in this video, tools or accessories or otherwise that you're interested in purchasing, check out the links below. I put links to all of the products that I can find. Second, if you're not already subscribing to my channel, I would love for you to do so. Give me a thumbs up in the video if you liked it, and by subscribing, whenever I come out with a new video, it goes straight to your inbox. Lastly, I'm a big book fan. I'm always listening to audiobooks. Don't have a lot of time to sit down and read, so I've got a link in the description below where if you want to sign up for audible.com's free 30-day trial, you can actually get 2 free audiobooks instead of the normal one that they usually give you, and you can try it out, no strings attached, see if you like it, so you can listen to books while you drive, while you exercise, while you're doing the dishes, mowing the lawn, whatever. So check it out. Lots of good books out there for you to listen to. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.